it takes so much effort to try to get her to film. Like, she was like, oh, I don't feel like being in the camera today. Oh, I'm not in the mood to talk about anything. My friend, hurry up! You're wasting time. You're wasting people's precious time here. Jeez. Welcome back to my channel.
Hello.
Today I'm here with my sister. We're gonna tell you guys a story time of a time when we got chased by dogs. This is like
story time.
This is like our favorite childhood memory. Well,
No, it's not our favorite childhood memory.
It's not our favorite childhood memory, but it's the most memorable.
It's like traumatizing.
It's the one of the most memorable childhood memories that I can think of. Let's start from the backstory of how this story actually happened. So, it was. Why are you laughing?
No, I just remember something. Yeah.
It was Easter weekend or Easter.
Was it Easter weekend?
Yeah, it was Easter,
Oh yeah, Pasaka.
It was Easter weekend.
Damn,
and we don't got time for that. We were going to our friend's house for Easter. Let me pause and explain that our friends actually lived in the city, but we were only going with them for kind of like a family, getaway to the village, and they were gonna go visit some relatives over there. But their parents happened to also have some property in the village, and that's where we were gonna stay. But they didn't actually live in the village on a regular basis, if that makes sense. Anyway, back to the story. Go to their house or whatever in the village, and this is, first of all, when we got there, I was already kind of like triggered because it was two graves outside the house.
Oh,
remember?
yeah, there were two people were buried outside their house.
Yeah.
I mean, traditionally that's how people do. Like,
yeah.
when, like, a relative or like somebody close to you passes away, they bury them like
outside your house
where they live, like outside their house.
And you mostly see this in villages, like in our grandma's house, like when our grandpa died in our dad's side, like when we went to visit her,
because that's where they were like from, like that's their home, like that's where they're from.
You get buried outside your home, and it's normal, but like that triggered me because I was already like, what the heck?
Yeah.
So we stayed there for the first night. First of all, let's talk about how much of a struggle it was.
Bruh, there was no type of light.
There was no light. There's no indoor plumbing. So we had to pee in a bucket.
Yes.
And you could only pee. You couldn't go number 2. If you wanted to go number 2,
you had to wait till the morning.
You had to wait till the morning. And then
when it got dark, it was like pitch black.
Yeah.
There was no type of lights. Like you could not see
nothing.
Anything. It was so scary.
Nothing.
The most scariest thing ever.
So, literally, when I tell you I would sleep with my blanket like covering my whole. It was hot too. And then our friends were telling ghost stories at night,
which didn't help anything. Like
that was even worse.
Didn't help the case.
Because
it was just like
there's no light. There's no indoor plumbing. If you need to pee, you gotta go pee in a bucket. You can't even turn on the light to go pee. You gotta pee in the dark. So it was hard. So we woke up the next morning, and then they said, "Oh, go visit," because who we went with with our 2 friends, Karen and Kavina. Wait, what am I saying? No, Karen. What's what?
I'm done with this video. Bye. I'm done. She said, Karen, who? No, Karen's gonna be looking at you like.
Sorry, not Kavina. Sorry, Kinavi. Sorry.
Kavina is the little sister.
I'm so sorry. I don't know. It's similar names.
Kavina was named born.
I know she was not born. Okay, I know she was not born, but I'm saying it's a similarity in names.
Okay.
Okay. So we went with Karen and Kinavi. Well, for sure we call her K.
Yeah.
But anyway,
we're gonna just refer her to K from now on.
My side hurts.
The video.
My side hurts. Anyway, so we had gone with their 2 older sisters to the village or whatever.
I don't remember their sister's name.
I forgot their names.
I don't remember Stella.
I forgot the other one.
And then was it Elizabeth?
I don't remember.
I don't know. I don't remember their other sister's name, but
yeah, it's been a long time.
It's been a long time. We were like, I think I was like probably I was probably 9, and you're probably like 6 something.
Yeah, I think I was in the 2nd grade, probably.
Yeah.
Or 3rd grade.
It was just so.
Yeah, it's such a long time ago. But so yeah, they were like, in the next morning they were like, yeah, you guys, your parents are gonna be like, their parents, like Karen and Kay's parents.
They were coming the next day.
We're gonna come. So they were like, oh, before your parents get here, you guys should go visit your other family who like they live like another place in that village. So
it wasn't that far.
It wasn't that far.
Maybe like a 5-minute walk. It wasn't that.
Yeah, girl, it was not a 5-minute walk. It was longer than 5 minutes.
No, because we had to climb that hill. That's why it felt like longer. But it was
So we started walking towards the thing. We're walking, you know.
Some of
the things that I remember was like this little shack, and they were playing the Christ movie. I don't know, maybe that, because memory is not really reliable.
I don't remember.
This is what I remember.
I remember climbing the hill. That's what I remember. So that hill was deep.
So we get to this hill. This is a red flag. Just know at this point of the story, this hill is very significant.
It's very
to
steep.
What's gonna happen later. So this hill, we get there, we're like, dang, this hill it'd be steep. So we get up there, and like the house is literally on top. It was on top of the hill. It's like the top of the hill. It was so nice. Like, it's so beautiful. Like the house was like on top of the hill. So we get to the top of the house. Mind you, before we get to the top of the house, there was like a little pathway that we seen. Like, also, this is very significant, but we were just like didn't even pay any mind. But I saw it when we were walking up. So we get to the top.
I didn't see it.
I saw it.
I was just like,
I saw that little pathway. Yeah. So we walked up. We knocked on the door, and then tell them what happened. we
just kept on knocking on the door, and like nobody answered. Like, we're just knocking, saying, like, is anybody home? We're asking, and kept on knocking, and nobody answered. And then one of Kay suggested, like, oh, let's go like in the back of, like, behind the house and check to see if like people are like actually home. And then when she so she went back there, and we just sat on the front. We just
we stood there.
We stood there in the front, and we're waiting for her to come back to see like if anybody was home. So we're just standing there, and then she comes back, like, but she was like she was running, and I'm like, I didn't like know what was going on,
but all I heard is barks.
All I heard was barks, and then I just like spit out.
So Karen,
I just bolted out of there.
This is the order. It was Karen, the other Karen. We used to call her Karen Dogo, which means Karen. Karen?
Yeah.
It was Karen, me, then Kay is in the back. But everybody it was every man for themselves at this point.
No, I bolted out of there. Like, I didn't even know to ask, like, I didn't know. I was just out of there. I needed to save myself before I tried to save somebody else, because, you know.
This Karen started running fast. So
I was screaming while I was
You're always screaming.
Literally.
So dramatic.
And then we were wearing like flip-flops. My flip-flop bent.
Anyway,
it bent to the other side.
You have so many stories of your flip-flop bending. So this is not the last story of your flip-flop.
I thought it was all over. I thought like I was gonna lose my ankle was gonna give up on me. Like, I was gonna like sprain my ankle but then the thing is, I didn't run down the hill because I don't know, like something like told me not to. I don't know, but I didn't, because that hill was very steep. It was very steep, and it was like slippery too, because it was kind of like
rocky.
Yeah, it was not rocky. It was kind of like moggy. You know, like it was like still like muddy. It's going to Liz. I don't know how to explain it. It was like, but then we took like we called it a shortcut. That I took a shortcut. I went in somebody's house, like the little road that she was explaining.
So that little pathway that we were talking about it earlier. That's where she ran into.
Yeah, and then at first everybody like followed.
Yeah, we all followed her because we were like, okay, we're not about to run this freaking hill. Like, I was just like trying to get my safe place or whatever.
I was like,
we had not realized that we actually ran into someone's house.
Yeah, it was someone's house. Yeah.
So we're just sitting there trying to like catch our breath, you know, like
my heart was beating so fast. I thought I was gonna lose my life that day.
We look around, it's only 3 of us, and we're just like,
but
where's Kay? Where's Kay? Where's your sister?
She's like, I don't know. I'm trying to figure her because she was like, I was running through, like,
we just like start calling out for her. We're like, Kay, like,
I know, but we're still like down there. We did not want to go up.
We did not go. Yeah. We were not trying to go investigate. Like, that's how you die in movies. You not go try to investigate.
And we just kept on.
We just kept calling her name, and eventually she heard us.
She was like, guys, like,
it's like, where are you guys? And we're like, we're down here.
Like, we're down here. And then
she came down.
She came down, and then we're like, what happened? Like we're running, and like what happened to you? She's like, oh. While like she was running, she fell, and then she was showing us
she got a scrape on her arm.
She scraped herself,
and then she had to throw rocks at the dogs for them to like run back, and it was just a mess. So we got down there. She got down there. We're still trying to like catch our breath.
We're still shook.
Like what just happened?
Like we were like,
what is going on?
We didn't. It was a big German Shepherd. A big one.
These were German Shepherds. Not one. It was two of them. It was a mom and dad.
No, it was a mom.
It was a mom?
No, it was only the mom.
It was only the mom?
Yeah, but because she had her, like, kids with her, like, her puppies.
I thought it was both the mom and the dad.
It was only the mom. Oh.
Wait a minute. Karen didn't even wait to see if there was more than one dog. So, there was definitely more than one dog, and I fully remember it now that I'm looking back at this video. Anyway, back to the story. Anyway.
Her mom was huge. She was huge. She was a big dog.
Anyways.
I guess she was just, like, trying to, like, scare us off because she had her, like, her puppies. Like, that's why she was, like, she was in attack mode because she thought, you know. And
also, they told us later when we found out that they probably thought we were neighborhood kids because neighborhood kids wouldn't mess with the dogs sometimes. So they probably thought we were those kids trying to mess with the dogs. But we really weren't. We were just trying to get in the house. We were just trying to get in the house.
Yeah.
So we were standing in that little pathway, and then somebody comes out of like a house, and they're like, oh, like who are you guys? And just like, oh,
like we're up there, we're trying to visit what's her name, but like we got chased by the dogs, and like we ran it here, and then apparently like the person who lived in that house was like one of what's the name, our friend's other relatives. Like,
they didn't even know. They didn't even know they were related.
Yeah. They're like, oh my gosh, and then so we like stayed there and like we're helping them cook and everything. It was just
we ended up staying there and helping them cook. We were cutting up onions, like they were cooking pilau, like because it's Easter, like, you know, any holiday we usually cook that dish for a holiday. So they were cooking that dish, and then we were like, oh, but we're scared. The lady who owns the house or whatever, we're telling her like we're scared to go back because the dogs might still be there. And they were like, oh wait, my son
we'll just walk.
My son will walk you guys back. It'll be fine or whatever. So their son, her son walks us back to not up the hill, but back to like meet with Karen and Kay's sister at that other house. So we walk back to the other house and we're telling their sisters like what happened, and they're like, whoa, that's crazy. Went back. This time we went with their sisters because we were like, there ain't no way in hell we going back over there by ourselves. So we went back, we knocked on the door, they opened, like just a few knocks, and they opened. And we were like, where were you guys at before? Like we were knocking like so hard the other time.
Like they were in the back cooking or something.
Yeah, they were in the back cooking, nobody heard or whatever. And we were like, dang, like we almost died because of you. Not because of you, but like, you know, your dogs were trying to kill us. The moral of the story is, if Karen hadn't ran down the hill, not the hill, but the little short path, we would have been probably hurt, maybe even dead, because that hill was so steep. Like, bro, and those dogs,
they were not playing.
This is why I'm also not a big fan of dogs.
I'm scared of dogs, like Carl.
Like, I mean, I tolerate dogs, but I'm really not. I'm not here. I'm not a dog person because at the end of the day, I just feel like they're animals and they can always just
switch up on you.
Like, you can't really. I mean, humans do that too, but like,
got big plans.
I don't know about animals. So anyway, that's the end of the story time. Karen's been interrupting this whole time because
bye guys.
She gotta go to work, and I'm telling you, it's been a struggle to get her on this camera.
See you next time.
And you didn't even do nothing.
What? I did do something.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much.
We out.
Let me finish. Thank you so much for watching my video. I really appreciate everyone who watches, comments, subscribes. Keep doing that if you haven't already.
Keep doing you, boo.
You know, you can join the club that, you know, this little corner, this tiny itty-bitty corner that I have in the internet. You can join it.
Please subscribe, comment, and like.
I've said that.
And share with your friends.
And I've also said that.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Give it to them.